Hello, Animate here. So I did a top 10 villains in the Dragon Ball universe list. Number 10, Dr. Gero. I have Dr. Gero on this list because without him, the androids wouldn't have been created. And you'll see further on down the list, I do have the androids on there, and I will explain a little bit more about, why the androids are such an important part of the show. Number 9, King Piccolo. Now, King Piccolo is such an intriguing character, that's why I put him on number 9. Because at first, he's the bad guy, he's evil, they fight him, he's a pretty crazy powerful villain for them at the time. But then later on, he turns out to be just Piccolo that they end up becoming allies with, and Piccolo helps them through a lot of tough times. So it is very cool seeing him go from being somebody who they fight and who's a villain to somebody who is actually on their team fighting with them. Number 8, Bojack. Now, Bojack is the main villain from the movie BoJack Unbound, and you find out that this villain was sealed away by all 4 Kais. And what happened was when Cell was taken to King Kai's planet and blown up by Goku, that unlocked the seal, and Bojack was released. And because Bojack is so powerful, he wants to destroy the universe, but now that Goku's not there, Gohan has to fight him by himself. So this movie was a very incredible movie with a really, really good villain, so I think you guys should definitely watch it because I really like the movie. Number 7, the androids, Android 17 and 18. Now, I told you the androids would be on this list, and the reason that the androids are is because there is so much lead up to the androids when Trunks comes back from the future and he explains what was going on with the androids and everything and how they decimated his timeline of Earth. So he wants to stop that from happening to that timeline. So it really kickstarts a really interesting, a really mind-boggling arc where you see future Trunks for the first time. There's the lead up to the androids, and when they finally come in, the androids are super powerful, and it's so cool seeing, them actually appear when you hear about them, and they didn't disappoint. I thought they were incredible villains, so that's why I put them on my list. Number 6, Beerus the Destroyer. Now, he's on my list because he is a destroyer of planets, and he does show up in the one movie that they have, and he's the main villain of that movie. And it's such a good movie, and it's such a good introduction to him because he's such a crazy character. And the only reason why he's not higher up on my list, because like I said, he is super powerful, so he could be higher up because he is such a powerful villain, is because as long as the people from Earth give him food, for some reason he has a really, really crazy obsession with good food, he won't destroy the Earth. So they have to make sure they give him food and everything. So he's kind of like one of those villains where you're like, oh shit, he might destroy us, but at the same time, as long as you give him food, he can be a powerful ally. So I really like it. Number 5, Majin Buu. Now, Majin Buu was one of those villains too that had a little bit of lead up to him, and then when he actually appears, he was this big, like, round form, and you're like, what the heck? But he actually turned out to be super powerful. Then you also find out that he's got a bunch of different forms, and he was really one of the main, like, baddies that it took them everything and anything they could think of, everybody to fight to actually try to defeat him. Like, he was such a powerful baddie. And then even afterwards, when Buu isn't a bad guy anymore, you still have to make sure he doesn't get mad, because, when Buu gets mad, watch out, because he's powerful. So, I don't know, I really like this villain because he goes from being super powerful, crazy, wanting to destroy everyone, destroy the Earth, them fighting him, and him actually being, not so bad, but you still have to watch out. So kind of like Beerus, but I don't know, I really like it. Number 4, Broly. Now, you see Broly in the movies, and I really like him because he is another Saiyan, so he is, super powerful. But with this Saiyan in particular, he's got so much pent-up power that his dad actually has something, it's like a collar, I believe, or whatever on him, and he uses a remote, and it kind of stops him from using his power and going insane. He is one of the most powerful villains in the whole universe, and I really like his villain because he doesn't want to be bad like at first, but then when he does get into a state where he's like super evil and he's really powerful and bad, you better watch out because he is insanely powerful, even more powerful than Boo, I'd have to say, in my opinion. So I really think that it's an incredible character to have in the show. Number 3, Goku Black. No, what do you mean? A black Goku? Well, you find out that, yeah, Future Trunks comes back from the future, and his future has gotten decimated again from someone they call Black. And you find out that it was actually Goku Black. And I think that is really, really, really cool because you actually get to see what Goku Black looks like, and it is Goku. So you're like, what the heck? Like, why is Goku bad? And then when you actually find out why Goku is acting like that, and everything that he has done in the future for poor Trunks, it just really makes it an incredible, well-rounded story of a villain and how the villain came to be and why he's powerful and why he wants to destroy everybody. So that's why he's at my number 3 spot, because it's such an incredible way of having a villain portrayed. Number 2, Cell. Now, Cell is another android created by Dr. Dro, and why he's called Cell, you find out, is because he's got the cells of all the powerful fighters. He's got cells from Goku, Vegeta, Trunks, Piccolo, Frieza, like so many different really powerful fighters. So he's got a variety of different moves, and the way that he starts out, he's not as powerful as you would think because he comes back from the future after stealing a time machine from Trunks. And after stealing the time machine, he becomes an egg. So he has to grow up, get stronger, and that's when you realize, oh shit, he is actually sucking up the life force of people to become stronger. And that's when they fight him, and they find out he has to suck up the other androids, androids 17 and 18, to get to his perfect form, which is a lot more powerful than the form that he is. And they already have troubles fighting him at his weak form. So when he becomes his perfect form, it is absolutely incredible, and he is such an amazing villain because they have such a hard time fighting him. But the way he goes about it is really interesting because he wants to have a tournament, and he wants to have super powerful fighters fight him in the tournament. And it's really neat because he wants to test his power like a Saiyan because he's got Saiyan blood. And, you know, of course, Goku and everyone jumps at the chance to try to defeat him because they know he's super powerful and he can destroy the Earth in no time. So I really think that he's such a well-rounded, really cool character. Plus, this is my favorite arc when Cell and everyone is there. And I don't know, I just think it's such an incredible arc. Number 1, Frieza. Now, I don't know how many of you saw this coming, but of course, Frieza's got to be number 1. Because who else appears in the show? Who else appears in movies? Who else appears multiple times throughout the whole of the series? And who else is as powerful as Frieza? Like, he's got such insane power, and he's got insane power-ups, and he is one of the main huge big bads that they have to fight against so many times. He's got such a, I don't know, crazy character about him because he wants to destroy planets. And when you first meet him, he's on planet Namek, and he's causing havoc over there. So that's your first instance of actually meeting Frieza, and, you know, seeing how he is super powerful enough that all he has to do is create energy, and he can blow up the planet like that. Like, it's really insane, and I think that he's such a interesting villain because when he is fighting Goku, he ends up killing a couple people, and then that's when Goku, you know, grows and becomes a Super Saiyan. But then Frieza, you know, also is super powerful, so even when he's a Super Saiyan, it's hard for Goku to defeat him. And like I said, Frieza does come back multiple times throughout the show because he is such a interesting villain. He's so well-rounded, whereas that's really what he wants, is he wants power and he wants to destroy the world. So he takes it to the extreme of being a villain. So if you want any villain, Frieza's your guy because he does it in such a good way, and he just keeps to it. He doesn't end up becoming good or anything. Even when he does help them in the power tournament arc, where they have the tournament with all the universes. But I think it's, I don't know, I just really like his character and I really like him as a villain. So that's why he's my number 1. Well, there you have it, my top 10 Dragon Ball Universe villains. Which one did you think was your favorite villain? Do you agree with me? Do you think it should be someone else? Do you like my choices? Do you like the reasons I gave? Please let me know in the comments below. And hope you guys all have a good day, wherever you are. Maybe it's nighttime, so have a good night. Thank you so much for watching.